You talked about, we talked about identity. I'm going to ask you to recite your I am statement. I believe that most of your identity, most of what's in that I am statement that people will hear shortly has come from God. I don't think these are things that you made up on your own. I think it was inspired when you wrote this down.
So yeah, when people ask me who I am, I find it interesting a lot of times that when someone asks, who you are, some people will refer to their work. Some people will refer to their nationality, their political class, their family makeup, a lot of different things. For me, who I am it's a lot deeper than that. So when I start my I am statement, I am a child of God. I possess divine qualities and infinite potential. I'm a person of action. I make things happen. I walk in faith, not fear. I lead, lift, inspire, and motivate all I come in contact with. I have faith in the future because I create it. My destiny is what I make it. I start earlier, stay later, work harder than all others. I cannot be beat because I will not quit. Because I am aligned with my God, my family, and my business partners, success will flow to me as surely as water runs downhill. I've added one recently where I love to say, I am a disciple of Jesus Christ. I stoke the fire of divinity within myself so that all who come around me catch fire. And then at the end, I always tell myself I'm destined for greatness. So those for me are who I am. I'm a child of God. I'm a person of action. I can't be beat because I will not quit. I start earlier, stay later, work harder, and I'm more consistent than all others involved. I have faith in the future because I create it. Impossible is an opinion. I can do all things. But these are all just phenomenal intrinsic beliefs about myself, so that when somebody says to me, you can't do that, my inner voice, instead of saying, you know what, they're probably right, that is really difficult, says, impossible is an opinion. I can do all things. I start earlier, stay later, work harder, and I'm more consistent. I cannot be beat because I will not quit. Or somebody says, you're not special. My internal voice doesn't say, gosh, he's probably right. I'm just like average, like everybody else. It says, no, I'm a child of God. I possess divine qualities and infinite potential, right? Somebody says, you're lazy. My voice says, no, I'm a person of action. I make things happen, right? Someone says, God's not real. I say, I'm a disciple of Jesus Christ. I stoke the flame of divinity within myself to white hot so that all around me catch fire, right? But this is my internal dialogue. And I have those voices that want to say negative things, but I also have these voices that combat those. And over time, those voices have won for me. And so I've become a person of principle. And when somebody says something that doesn't align with those values for me, my internal voice basically just discards that. It doesn't allow it to impact me or influence me in that way. And so I'm able to stay aligned with who I know I am. And there's beauty in that.